So welcome back, episode number 24, and we are still very much learning the hard way. We've got Adam back over as our yard design progresses. We're talking about finances again, and over at the new yard, Will is finding everything a little bit draining.
So basically, I'm cutting in a drain to go along the front of the barn, and it's going great actually. There's loads of reinforcement, which is making it quite interesting. We're flying through blades. This is blade number 3 going on to blade number 4, but we're getting there.
So the outside is all getting there, so our attentions are now moving inside. This has always just been farm storage. So during the harvest it's grain storage, during the non-harvest it was machine storage. So it's significantly too small for the farm in every dimension. So they've put up with it for long enough, and now we're going to make good use of the space. We have officially given notice at the old yard, so we have to be out there end of this month, and contractually we are paying rent here from the beginning of next month. So the farm very kindly have said that we can have a bit of a grace period this month to start moving things in and actually get ready, which is very kind of them. We're very grateful. It's not significantly bigger, but it's much more usable. We can fix wall plates, we can hang shelves, we can actually get this to be a really good, useful place. So yeah, we'll make the most of it, make sure by the time we do move in, everything has a place to live, and it's organised and it's clean, and we're setting the precedent moving forward so that whenever someone turns up here at the end of a job with a van, things aren't dumped.
I wouldn't say more so hard work, I'd just say it's pretty boring. It's just kind of doing the exact same thing for however long, 10 metres, and it's just, you keep finding bits of reinforcement, and it's just like, oh, here we go again, and you've got to get through that, and then you do a strip of concrete, and it's like, oh, this is really easy. But no, it's fine, it's a bit sore on the back, but other than that, it's all right, yeah.
Whilst we've got Matt fairly free tomorrow, he's been tasked with getting his head around a bit of the organisation of the place before we actually start moving in, so just making sure that actually the space is all used really well. He's largely in charge of when things are coming in and out and who's doing what, so it's going to be him actually using everything in here a lot more than me, so yeah, happy to delegate that one. Everything needs to be drive in, drive out, nice and clean, nice and accessible, ideally nice clear access all the way down here. Because there are going to be trailers, there will probably be a spare van living in here as well, so just making sure all of that is very easy to get in and out. It
would be great to have a place to store everything. Well, and it's much cleaner, nicer space. It's a lot more pretty, the view's lovely. But yeah, no, it's really exciting. Great team, all the boys are really lovely, so it's good fun. They all rinse me for going to private school, going to boarding school. I was a tax assistant on a gap year, and got bored of that, and I was like, I want to do something a bit more fun before I go to uni, so I'm just part-time whilst at Oxford Brookes, studying geography. I don't help myself, do I? It is what it is. It's all banter at the end of the day. You've got to love it.
We've got a hard deadline. We've got 4 weeks. Four weeks we have to be in here and out of the other place, so looking forward to finally moving in. Good morning. It's Tuesday, and we are on the little vlogging camera. Just made it into the office. I'm out with the dogs, which is always fantastic to have a little bit of a headspace reset. What I'm working on currently is writing business plans. So business plans, cash flow forecasts, personal sort of living expenses, etc. So very detailed. I'm not delivering this very well, am I? Putting together lots of detail for it's a government-backed small new business loan scheme. So we can borrow up to £25,000. So we are going for the full £25,000 in our application. We are looking for that cash injection to go into the maintenance side of the company and our maintenance offering. But yeah, as there are 3 main documents that I need to submit. So business plan, cash flow forecasts and profit and loss, and then sort of personal survival plan, they call it. So those are 3 big jobs that I personally really struggle with. How I approach that is I break it down. So this morning, woke up nice and early, and I've written out a 4-page business plan, all completely from scratch. So I had a few prompts, so lots of detail, lots of relevant detail, lots of specifics. So now I've come into the office, going to go for a walk, clear my head, and then go on to the next one of the tasks. Then I've got a few jobs to do in the yard. So going to work through those, and then I'm going to approach the third one. So hopefully by the end of the day I'll have all three, and I will have done it in a way which isn't just sitting down in the afternoon with a really horrible admin load. Whilst it is a pretty horrible job, especially for somebody who has started a landscaping company because they enjoy working with their hands and working outside, it's a really important, it's proved a really important exercise and something I feel business owners who are especially trying to grow should do fairly regularly. And it's just constantly checking, fact checking what you're doing, why you're doing it. Do the numbers make sense? Does the reason make sense? Is there an end goal that you're actually working towards? So yeah, well worth doing. And considering I've done all of that by 9:20 in the morning, I think not a bad way to start the Tuesday. Anyway, probably more fun to watch and listen to. Let's go and see Harry. Let's go and check in on Brighton, see how that job's going and what progress he's managed to make.
It's Tuesday, getting messy. Week 4, day 2 I think, but making some good progress basically is the long short. We've finished the cladding, that's all been wrapped up now. We have put some Jackson's acoustic screening in. We've also had the porcelain arrived for the step treads for both sets of stairs. So we are currently in the process of cutting them down and bullnosing them ourselves, which is very wet, but it's all fun and games. I'm basically measuring up, cutting the slabs, passing them over to Charlie. Charlie is then bullnosing them, and then we're just stacking them up for now. Probably get to laying tomorrow. I've got wet pants, so I'm sure Charlie's got wet pants. So looking forward to a nice cup of tea when we get in, maybe, I think. But no, it's just not a bad process. It's going to look lovely, so got to get it done, you know. These are the finished bullnose slabs. So we'll lay them with a nice overhang on the edges, and we're basically going to work off the centre of these. So these steps are like staggered, so we'll just go half bond on the steps, which will then stagger the rest of the paving. No running joints, which is what we like. What do you reckon, Charlie? We don't mind getting wet, do we, Charlie? We've got nice raincoats, so yeah, job's a good one.
There we go. Day was successfully broken up and we have actually managed to get done. Here we go. Business plan, personal surviving budgets, cash flow forecasts, actual cash flows, and loads of other supporting information. So it's all done. I'm going to go home now and have some dinner, go for a little run, and then probably open my laptop again before I go to bed and just have another read through, check it's all good to go and get it submitted. It's a good feeling. It's been a heavy day, but a good feeling. Just having a comprehensive understanding of pretty much every pound coming in and out of the bank account, even when those are sort of monthly multi-six figures, is great, you know. Feel like nothing's going to slip past me. Time to tap out, I think. Sorry, bit of a waffly video for everyone to work through, but positive end to the day. In a good place for tomorrow. See you then. So a familiar face on these vlogs now, Adam Vetra is just about to turn up. He's presenting our design, our concept plan. We can't show you what it is just yet. We've still got a few things to tweak. I promise it's going to be worth the wait, but a very exciting day for us here at Hardwood.
We started with Ollie and we went through, we had the design brief session, and we want to understand the project that Ollie's trying to create here, the detail and bringing other people in and creating a hub for the future. That's the key. Because this is more of a commercial project, we had to be careful that while we're creating an amazing space for Ollie and his future vision, it also has to be practical, has to work with the partnership here, with the landowner as well. So everything has to come together and work perfectly for both parties. When we were thinking about how we were going to use this space, we sit down and we've had the site professionally surveyed. And one of the things that struck us about this site was actually how much space you've got. Because if you come here and you try and design with, the offices here and the silos here, it's really quite inhibiting, and it just limits what you can do. The space here is massive, and with the lighting studios going over this side and the design studios going up over that side, initially we thought, let's focus on the view across the farmland, but with barns and other things happening out there, we thought, no, let's spin it around. Let's segregate what Hardwood want to do, what Ollie wants to do with his company. So we keep all the client-facing business this side of the studios, and we keep all of the construction side of things, the landscape vehicles, all of the movement of things that really don't need to be here. They go round to the storage barns, and they have their own separate access. So at the front here, we've just got a space that is just going to be focused on all of the partnerships that Ollie and Hardwood are going to build, getting clients into here and letting them see what it is you can do in a space. And integrating with the amazing woodland there, wetland, it's almost like a mangrove swamp there, but tying that into the design. The inspiration for the design came from Ollie in his childhood, but also the brand management of Hardwood Landscapes. We know, and Ollie knows, it's personal to him, his business, what he's creating here, and what he's creating for the larger community and the landscape community, to be honest with you. And every week you're zooming up and you're going up in the drones and you're getting those aerial shots. Normally when you design for how you use at ground level.
Absolutely.
So we've had to do that, but we also have designed it 30, 40, 50 metres above ground.
Yeah, and it's when that drone goes up, that's when you'll really see how actually personal the design is to Hardwood and to me. And it's incredibly exciting, as I knew it would be when sort of commissioning Adam. There were going to be curveballs that I wasn't expecting, and I mean the curveballs mixed with how he's interpreted the brief and what we want to use the space for it's been amazing. Can't wait to share it. We need to go and speak to the farm about some potential access changes that we'll see how well they go. I'm sure, and obviously importantly, this now goes back to Adam and his team for a couple of weeks to get ready for visualization, and we'll then go over to Christy and the team from Concepts Conveyed, who you met a couple of episodes ago. They will then turn all of this into the full photorealistic 3D animation. That is how we're really going to sell it to everybody who needs persuading. But stay tuned. It's going to be amazing to share it. Good morning, it's Thursday and I'm off to Folkestone, and I'm going to be getting on a coach. Feels like a bit of a school trip. Not in the Discovery, I'm in my wife's car so that I can pick people up on the way, but Pro Landscaper are taking a group of us down to Belgium. So we're heading over to Ghent and we're going to Renton to have a look at their new canopy range. I'll take you along, show you what we get up to. But looking forward to it. It's always nice getting out of the office and being forced to have a change of scene and sort of run away from all the little niggles and frustrations. So I'll catch you soon. Meanwhile, back at base, some of our kit is coming in off hire, so we're giving it all a good clean down, ready to go back out.
Just cleaning the old vehicles, keeping them all maintained. It looks good. The expectation is that you're going to treat the clients' gardens and their properties in general with the same care and attention you put into your own gear. So if all of our stuff looks nice, then that's the message we're putting across. So it's just part of the going the extra mile, That's what we do. Been at Hardwood for 2.5 years. My title initially was Junior Landscaper. I haven't actually had a title change, but I'm doing a lot more paving, brickwork, electrics, sort of being left alone to my own devices on quite a lot of days to just crack on with stuff. So sort of light site running, let's say. Just in the last few sort of weeks and months, I've had a lot more responsibility, and that should just continue to grow with my skill set. So yeah, plenty of room to grow, plenty of things to learn, and plenty of fun to be had.
So it's Friday, and whilst I'm over in Ghent with Pro Landscaper, the guys are cracking on over in Brighton and down in Fetcham.
Yeah, very proud of what was going on here. This is my baby, so to speak. We've wrapped the paving obviously around the side here and started coming down. It's a little bit ropey on, you've got cuts around drains and around pipes and all that sort of thing, which is difficult work, difficult to get right, especially adjusting with your falls and all of that sort of thing. Sam and Andy got the lighting in last week, so that just needs a couple more tweaks when Andy's back off of holiday. But yeah, Sam's been my little mixer man, which is excellent.
Mixer boy, cutting the slabs down for Jack, slurrying up the slabs, and looking pretty.
I'm just laying paving, working out all of the measurements for the cuts and passing those on to Sam. Sam's doing our cuts and keeping me filled with mix and slurry and everything that I need to do my job. So, good guy. The plan for the end of the day is basically just to get as much of this as we can out. We've got these little horrible drain bits here, which are really gnarly because you've got to cut a slab round the drain, going through the drain and around all of these little handles. So it's very technical work, but yeah, aiming to get sort of just to the other side of this drain and get all of this sort of dressed in and looking nice, and then get on the weekend. Sort of looking to wrap up next week, so very exciting.
It's a damn Friday down in Hove. I'm on my own. People had to be elsewhere today, but the show must go on, so I'm here, plodding along. Been a pretty good week, just pretty labour intense jobs. Just been bullnosing and wrapping up and preparing for a good week next week, essentially. This afternoon I've been dropping the sides of this Jackson's acoustic fencing. Just got the preference from the client as to how high they wanted it, so now I'm cutting the sides down, ready for the top capping rail to go on. Using my Makita circular saw, however I think there's a bit of an issue. So yeah, this is the circ saw, the new XGT circ saw. It's basically just not cutting straight. It's like you get halfway through the cut and it seems to slow up and then pull off to the right. And then, like I said earlier, I've noticed the issue, and as I've gone halfway, I've started to try and maybe pull to the left a little bit, and it's actually straightened up the cut. So I'm not sure what's up with it, but yeah, it's something that we can feed back on. I'm just gonna touch up this bit of wood, and then pack up, leave the site looking nice and tidy for the weekend, and yeah, make sure that we're properly prepped for Monday to smash another week out. It's pretty nice. I think it's going great. Had some good feedback from the guys. Matt seems to be impressed, so yeah, everyone's loving it. Looking forward to having a nice bit of rest this weekend. Yeah.
So the visit to Noah Park was incredible. Thank you again to Pro Landscaper. This trip to Ghent was very well timed as we continue to plan and develop our own yard and show garden space here at Hardwoods. It was very inspiring to see everything done at such a high standard. The brand collaborations here are really slick and work very well. There's lots of inspiration that we can come back and implement, and I can't wait to get started. So that's it, another week. It is completely flown by. Still lots going on at Hardwoods. I'm doing my absolute best to keep up with it all. I will catch you next week for episode 25.